Hi there, my name is Ryan Szewerda, CPGA Pro at the York Downs Golf and Country Club. I wanted to go over with you today a few areas that a lot of amateur golfers have some trouble with and some ways in which to improve your game. We're going to go over the chip shot and the bump and run shot. Now, the three key factors when we're hitting a chip shot are your grip. You want to make sure that you grip down towards the shaft of the club. Keep a stiff left wrist and a loose grip. The next key thing is our ball position. You want to make sure your ball position is towards the back of your foot. Weight forward. Keep our hands ahead of the golf ball at all times, even through the follow through. It should look something like this. So just to recap, weight forward, ball back in the stance. We want to try and keep a solid left wrist with a loose grip, and keep your hands ahead of the club head. Now we're going to talk about the bump and run. Now this is a shot that'll save you a lot of strokes on the golf course. It's one of those shots that's a low risk shot. Most people will use an 8-iron or a 9-iron, and there's a lot more bounce on one of these clubs than there is your lob wedge or your sand wedge. So the one main difference is that the bump and run is more of a putting stroke, and we don't use our body in any of this versus the chipping, where we want to use some of our trunk to keep the shaft ahead of the golf ball. So in essence, it's the same thing. The weight is still on the left side. The shaft is ahead, or your hands are ahead of the golf ball, and you also want to choke up just a little bit on the club. The ball is still back in your stance, but all we want to do is make a putting stroke. Let the arms do most of the work, and it should look something like this. So to recap, we want to keep weight on the front foot, grip down on the club towards the shaft, ball back in the stance, and keep the movement to a minimum, in that we just want to make our arms swing back and through. No lower body movement.